6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all of 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will kill you for me, my friend, and me for you. And he's fighting for Canada, he's fighting for France, he's fighting for the USA, and he's fighting for the Russians, and he's fighting for Japan. And he thinks we'll put an end to war this way. And he's fighting for democracy and fighting for the Reds. He says it's for the peace of
Buffy St. Marie singing on the 5th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq in Washington, D.C. at the protests there. I'm Amy Goodman. This is Democracy Now! We're broadcasting on over 650 stations on Pacific and NPR and low-power FM and college and community radio stations, on public access TV and PBS TV stations and both TV satellite networks, on Dish Network Channel 9415 Free Speech TV, 9410 Link TV, and on DirecTV Channel 375. And we're video and audio podcasting at democracynow.org, and our headlines are also available in Spanish for any radio station to take, also in transcript form for anyone to read. As we turn now back to the film, to Body of War, our subject for this hour. Another excerpt, beginning with Tomas Young and his fiancée. They're followed by more voices from the congressional floor, the Senate roll call of yes votes authorizing the Iraq War, followed by some dissident voices.
It was April 4th, 2004, and I took a shot right above the left collarbone. After I spent time in a field hospital in Kuwait, Landstuhl, Germany Air Base, Walter Reed, as well as a rehab hospital in St. Louis, I finally made it home to Kansas City, Missouri on July 16, 2004.
This is crookcollege.com, and it's for learning about life in a wheelchair. But my favorite part's the message board. If something I haven't experienced with Thomas is going on, like right now I'm used bowel problems. I posted that and it says, problem is Thomas is having accidental bowel movements every 4 to 6 hours, it seems. He's very concerned for upcoming wedding and events. And on the day of the wedding, he's terribly worried about having an accident while he's in his tux. He is starting to get very excited about our wedding, and it would break my heart if he had to experience something like that on such an important day. Please help us.
The threat posed by Iraq grows with each passing day.
Mr. Bai, aye.
It's a danger that grows every day.
Mr. Bennett, aye.
Each day that goes by, he becomes more dangerous, more diabolical.
Every day, Saddam Hussein grows stronger.
His capabilities become better.
Mr. Biden, aye.
Every day, Saddam Hussein builds more chemical and biological weapons.
The longer we wait, the more dangerous he becomes.
Mr. Bond, aye. Mr. Bro, aye. Mr. Brownback, aye. Mr. Bunny, aye. Mr. Byrne, aye. Mr. Campbell, aye. Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Carney, Mr. Carper, aye.
Wait! Slow down. Don't rush this through.
And there you have Robert Byrd, the senator, one of the 23. Phil Donahue. In the film, they eventually meet Tomas Young and Robert Byrd, but the significance of what Robert Byrd did.
Well, he's up there. It's the most valiant drama of a loser I've ever seen. He was not able to move his colleagues. He did get 22 to join him. Please, he begged them. He looked at the camera. The life of your son may depend on it. The life of your daughter. He's saying, right, let's hear from you people.
He's holding up the Constitution.
Yeah, and you know, here was a man who had this radical idea that we should obey the United States Constitution, and he was largely patronized.
In fact, your program on MSNBC, short-lived as it was, went right along this time, from right around October 2002, the time of the vote, until the eve of the invasion, when you were unceremoniously dumped.
I did a whole hour with Robert Byrd from a hotel in Washington, and I said, "You're alone out there. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this?" And he looked at me and he said, "Power. They want power." And this Congress just closed their eyes and handed him permission, which is not constitutional. The Congress didn't vote up or down. The Congress said, "Here, if you have to, Mr. President," and then if he thinks he has to, and he goes, and something goes wrong, they're covered. It's amazing, and largely unreported upon.
Ellen Spiro, the clips of the senators and the congressmen repeating what President Bush says over and over, as you have Tomas Young trying to figure out which medications to take. Talk about the kind of metronome, the beat throughout this film of the vote.
Well, Body of War is never boring. And in addition to this very personal, very intimate, and heroic journey of Thomas and his mother and his family, we have this congressional debate happening, which is a very dynamic interplay of two different elements in the film. And it's when you watch this, you're seeing an expose. You're seeing something in a way that you've never seen before. And this is largely due to Phil Donahue watching every second of that debate and culling from it these little gems, these little bits and pieces where you see that the whole thing was scripted, and that our, congressmen were repeating that script in a way that is pretty damning and pretty revelatory.
Well, let's go to a clip of Body of War. Tomas Young listing the array of medications he has to take every day, but first, the voices of President Bush and the supporters of war. This was right around the time Congress voted to authorize the invasion.
Saddam Hussein is harboring terrorists.
Harbors these terrorists, aid, comfort, and sanctuary to terrorists.
We know that Iraq and the al-Qaeda terrorist network share a common enemy, the United States of America.
Wonder if the Bushes and the people at Fox News and people like that had a big sigh of relief when the hurricane hit. I know it's a horrible tragedy, they must have said, but thank God we don't have to talk about Cindy. My pill box separates them out for the week. This is carbamazepine. It is a nerve pain medication.
Ms. Collins, aye.
This is a drug called Coumadin, and it's a blood thinner.
Mr. Craig, aye.
This is tizanidine. It's an antispasm medication.
Mr. Crapo, aye.
This is gabapentin.
Mr. Daschle.
It's a nerve pain medication.
Aye.
This is bupropion.
Mr. DeWine.
It's an antidepressant.
Aye.
This is omeprazole.
Mr. Dodd.
It's for morning nausea.
Aye.
And this is morphine. It's a narcotic. And in this situation, the effect is not to get high, but to kill pain. And so I have to take more and more of it to stop the pain.
Tomas Young counting out his medication. He is the subject of this new film called Body of War that's opening all over the country. It just opened at South by Southwest, the film festival in Austin. We were at Winter Soldier when vets and active duty soldiers started coming in from the showing of the film in Austin. Body of War, the true story of an anti-war hero. Phil, as you were choosing the clips of the debate, we just saw Hillary Clinton in this one, they're carefully juxtaposed against the president. The very same lines that he used were repeated over and over.
These were the talking points which were written by the White House Iraq Group, WIG. This was the assembly of advertising agency warriors. These were the people who, for example, name our invasions now. Shock and awe. Imagine. Rolling thunder. You know, this is the name of invasions that drop bombs on people. I mean, and then they would take these White House talking points, and these senators, a smoking gun can become a mushroom cloud. On, and you can feel the pace, the heartbeat of the nation begins to accelerate. And Saddam is outside your bedroom, Saddam's under your bed, Saddam is here, he's got this, he's got that, and bingo, this president took this nation by the ear right into the sword. Amazing what you can do if you scare the people.
This is a clip of Tomas Young. He'd come to New York. He was speaking out against war no matter how sick he felt. Here he was addressing an audience.
We should say that Thomas, his respiratory system is knocked out.